Hey guys, Jeff here with Dustless, coming at you today. Little different location. We're going to talk about today our Ash Vacuum A0500, and this is basically the first vacuum that Dustless Technologies ever came out with back when we were Loveless Ash. So let's break into the box and see what you got. Okay guys, so I know this video is coming out just as we're getting into springtime and ending the fire season, but these vacuums are awesome, not just for your wood fireplaces and sucking out the ash of your wood fireplaces, but also for these pellet stoves, also for barbecue grills, fire pits, outdoor fire pits. They make great vacuums for all of your ash. So you can use it in a lot of different ways. So let's break into the box, let's see what's inside and the attachments that come with it. Okay, so inside the box you got your vacuum. Very nice and clean. The front port, you got your Ash Vac, your Cougar Ash Vacuum. You've got your shaker rod right here. You got your on and off switch right here. Very simple design. There's 3 clamps. And the top comes off. Very simple design. Inside the barrel is all your contents, so let's look inside the barrel and see what we got. So inside the barrel you have your metal hose. This is covered metal hose. You have, this is the bent metal nozzle, and we'll explain the uses of all of these different pieces. You have the instruction manual, comes inside the box. You've got the tool bag and all the accessories, and we'll go through that here in 2 seconds. You've got the shaker rod and the shaker basket. You've got the band clamps to hold the filters on, and you have a package of filters. This has an inner and an outer filter on it. So this one is a fiberglass material, very heat resistant. It does not burn unless, of course, you get a charcoal, a hot coal stuck on it, and then it may burn a hole in it. But with that fiberglass, it's very heat resistant. This one is the inner filter, and this protects the motor system. Those come along with the 2 band clamps, one for the outer and one for the inner. Okay, so now looking at putting the filters into the Ash Vacuum, it's pretty simple. Turn it upside down on the barrel there so that you can get to it. First thing you do is you take that inner filter, and this little ring that goes right around here, there's a guard on top that's got some springs to it. It's a little flexible. That all goes over, the filter goes over that whole system right there. So once you have that filter on, you just take the band clamp with a flat nose screwdriver. You just tighten that down. Once you've got that tightened down, just give it a little tug. Make sure that it's good and firm on there. Once you've got that on, you take your shaker basket and your shaker rod, and you will put it right down through that little brass hole that's on there, and it sets right on top of the inner filter. From there, you will take the outer filter, that one that's filled with the fiberglass, and you'll just put it over the top, and there's a small inner ring, an outer ring I should say, and that goes over that little outer ring all the way around. Once you get that on all the way around like that, you take the bigger band clamp and you slide it down over the top, and you will tighten it down right close to the lid right there. Again, with that flat nose screwdriver, you just tighten it right down. Once you've got that tightened down, your filtration system is ready to go. Then you can just turn that motor housing back over and stick it back on top of the barrel and lock it down. Okay, that's easy. Now we'll talk about the tools. Okay, so this is a metal hose, very flexible metal, but it is coated on the outside, so it makes it a little easier to hold, a little easier on your hands, and it doesn't get as warm on your hands. Both ends have a flexible cuff. One end goes right on to the hose port right there, and then the other end is used for the tools, of course. Main tool is the bent metal nozzle. That just slides right on. Pretty easy. The bent metal nozzle is used in fireplaces mostly, where they have bigger wood chunks that didn't burn all of the wood. The reason we use this metal nozzle is that we can break those wood chunks up into smaller bits, so that it can be sucked up through the hose easier and not clog the hose. You'll notice on the end of this bent metal nozzle, it's kind of crimped in, so that the pieces that fit through the crimped end will definitely fit through the rest of the hose system. So yeah, the bent metal nozzle is used mainly for fireplaces. Again, the easiest way to tell, these vacuums are designed to suck up warm or cold ash, not hot ash. The easiest way to tell when you're sucking up the ash is if you're holding the bent metal nozzle in your hand and it gets too warm in your hand, then you're sucking up too warm ash. Pretty easy rule to go by to know if you're sucking up too warm ash or not. So also, while you are using the bent metal nozzle in your fireplaces, it comes along with two attachments to help clean up fireplaces and things like that. So you remove your bent metal nozzle. You can insert your crevice tool. That just goes right on over the cuff, just slides right on, and you can get into those crevices of your fireplaces and things like that. And it also has the horsehair brush that does the same thing. So the horsehair brush also comes with it, and that is so you can get your glass and clean off your glass without scratching it. So two parts that also go along with the big hose to clean up fireplaces. Now for the pellet stoves, it's a little different story. We don't use the bent metal nozzle on the pellet stoves. We use the toolkit that comes in the bag, and I'll show you that right now. So inside the little tool package, we'll lay these out right here in front so we can explain all of these, and we'll go through all the attachments here. This is a clear hose. These are specific for those the pellet stoves that have all the little nooks and crannies in them. This little toolkit is great for them. So you have a clear plastic hose, a rubber hose. You have a horsehair brush. This is for your glass in your stove so you don't scratch your glass. You have a crevice tool to get into the crevices of the fireplaces. And then there's some really small tools that go in the kit as well. There's little horsehair brushes, different sizes, different shapes. There's little bent nozzles, there's straight nozzles, and there's a really teeny little crevice tool. Like I said, in these pellet stoves especially, they have some really tight corners and small little nooks and crannies that ash gets into, and that's what all of these tools are for. Okay, so the toolkit that comes with it, it comes with a little adapter. Looks like kind of a rocket ship. So you take the bent metal nozzle off the end, and you insert this little adapter. So you plug that onto the end of the soft cuff, and then from there you can take this hose and plug it in so that you can get into the small nooks and crannies. So you take this end without the black part, you take the end without the black part and you slide it onto the small end of that little adapter. Okay, now we've got a small pellet sized hose for the pellet stoves. From there you can go to a little small horsehair brush. You can go to a crimped or a bent nozzle and slide that on there. And then you can put in a horsehair brush so that it bends and you can get around in nooks and crannies. Lots of different options at that point, but that is for the pellet stoves. So the easiest way to tell when you're starting to lose some suction on this vacuum, you'll hear a little bit different pitch on it. That's the easiest way to tell that you need to clean your filters. Now that inner filter, the outer filter, I should say, the one that is on the outside that has got the fiberglass in it, this is not hand washable. You cannot wash this with water. It will degrade that fiberglass and lose the integrity of the filter. So that one you need to clean off by taking it outside with an air chuck or shaking it out, whatever you can do. The inner one, the smaller one, you can hand wash that one, let it dry and reinstall it. But there's also, while you're vacuuming, a way to clean those filters so that you can maintain suction and continue vacuuming. And that is with this little shaker rod right here. You pull the top off, and this is just a cover that screws down so you don't lose air suction. Easy way to do it is to take that off and just grab a hold of that shaker rod and just shake it. And what that does is that basket that's inside between the filters just moves that basket back and forth and knocks the dust and the ash off of the filters so that it can restore that suction. So that's the shaker basket. Once you've done some shaking of that, you just replace that, put it right back on, and you're ready to go back to cleaning out your fireplace. So guys, that is about it for the Ash Vacuum. Very simple product that works really, really well. Again, fireplaces, pellet stoves, barbecue pits, smokers, outdoor fire pits, anything that has ash in it, this is the machine to suck up that ash. If you have any questions about this product or any of our other products, feel free to leave a comment in the comments below. We try to answer all those comments, and we take those suggestions and comments to make new content and new videos for you. If you are not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. It really helps us out. And if you would click that little notification bell right there, then you'll get the latest updates and the newest videos when they come out. We're trying to do more content for you guys so that you can see more of our products and we can answer those questions that we have come in through these videos. So again, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Other than that, guys, make it dustless.